What is up, everybody? My name is Jimmajabba and welcome to the very first episode of Nostalgia Trip. Basically, Nostalgia Trip's a series where I take a look back at games that I haven't played since my childhood and see if they hold up today now that I'm, older and wiser and much more handsome. Today we're covering Goldeneye 64, one of the first games I can ever really remember playing, so I thought, why not do a video of it? Because, it's not like anyone else has done a review of Goldeneye 64 before. Roll the tape, Johnny. There's no Johnny. I'm gonna edit it later so that it looks like there's a Johnny who's putting in the clip now, but it's just me here, all alone. Yeah. James Bond 007, hands down the coolest, the suavest, the deadliest action hero of all time, who just so happens to share my first fucking name. Now I know a lot of you won't agree with me and must be thinking, there are so many other action heroes who can constitute being better than James Bond. And you know what I'm going to say to you? Get your own internet show. This is my choice. It's mine. James Bond is the best. Just kidding. I love you. In all seriousness though, James Bond is just one of those characters who ticked all the right boxes for me. And obviously I'm not the only one. This British super spy has spawned the 4th highest grossing movie franchise of all time with a total of 23 films. I mean, just look at how many Scarface cat-stroking baddies he's taken down over the years. Like thousands. I mean, we should all be thanking him, really. Just how many world domination-obsessed evil villains have you seen walking around lately?
I am Shakespeare in the flesh.
James Bond has grossed more worldwide than Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Fucking Star Wars. However, successful film franchises don't always equal good games. Even prior to the N64, we'd seen some real pieces of shit across the board. Lethal Weapon on the SNES, Back to the Future 3 on the Sega Genesis, as well as Raiders of the Lost Ark and E.T. on the Atari 2600. I mean, these are some of the worst video games the world had to offer, but that didn't discourage the British game development company Rareware from taking a crack at a game adaptation of the 1995 feature film Goldeneye. You see, Rare were a company on the rise in the mid-90s. They had just become a second-party developer for Nintendo and were quickly turning into a household name in gaming after their hugely successful Donkey Kong Country series. But Rare had never produced a first-person shooter and had only produced 2 shooters prior, Captain Skyhawk and Narc. The first-person shooter market was also saturated with the soon-to-be legends of Doom, Quake and Duke Nukem, so the challenge was on for Rareware to produce a game that had the fluidity and polish of these releases, all on the console that had been criticised for being a system for children. But finally, in 1997, after 2 long years in development and some spectacular advertising campaigns, Goldeneye 007 hit the shelves. Well, I guess it's time to find out whether Bond has aged like a fine wine or a cheap stripper. Incoming nostalgia, let's plug this baby in. So the game hits you with the classic Bond theme straight off the bat and immediately after shoots you in the face. The developers could have screwed with everyone so much, they could have just put a game over as the blood came down. Alright, time to play some Goldeneye!
Game over.
Fuck! Then it cycles through the characters to feature in the game. Oh look! Sean Bean! Don't even tell me, I know what's happening to... So after the opening sequence, the game takes you through the starting menus, which allow you to select your save file, game mode, and various other things. I always really liked the menus in this game. It was like you were getting handed your actual mission briefing, so you could go and, deal with the people who didn't believe in your political ideas. The Empire will rise once again? Maybe? Oh look, even Moneypenny's giving us some friendly words of advice from back at MI6. With puns. Well, that hardly seems official. You know what? Nothing makes me want to shoot bad guys in the face more than a good pun. Come on, Moneypenny. I'm risking death and all you got for me is a shitty pun? I'm heartbroken. You know what? Let's just not dwell on it. Let's just fucking move on. The game's storyline follows the plot of the movie, so for all of you out there who don't want spoilers for a 20-year-old film, look away now. James Bond is sent to a chemical weapons plant in the Soviet Union along with his partner in crime, Alec Trevelyan, in order to blow it all up. But the mission is compromised. Alec gets shot in the head and Bond escapes in typical over-the-top fashion. Fantastic. Flash forward 9 years, and there's more shit going down in, you guessed it, the Soviet Union. a satellite weapon known as Goldeneye is hijacked from a Soviet space facility by the traitor general Oromov, computer programmer Boris, and sexually aggressive death machine Xena Onatop. So MI6 send Bond back to the Soviet Union in order to find out what the hell is going on. After much snooping about, Sean Bean comes back from the grave and reveals he is behind the whole hijacking, as he wants revenge against the world or something or someone or something, I don't know anymore. It's after this double cross that James meets Natalia, a computer programmer who worked in the space facility alongside Boris. Remember, you know, that guy with the shirt from earlier. So blah blah blah, Natalia gets captured and it's up to James to rescue her from Eddard Stark and stop him from getting his revenge and to kill him for what looks like a second time. And for the most part, the game follows the plot well. All the main locations from the film are here, the chemical plant from the opening, the streets of St. Petersburg from the tank chase, each GoldenEye control room, it's all here. It even includes the guard getting attacked while he's taking a dump.
Beg your pardon? Forgot to knock.
Bond, don't take no shit. Puns. But some of these scenes didn't even include James Bond in the film, and that was fine when I first played the game because I'd never even seen the movie. But now that I have, the levels almost seem like they lack continuity. But hey, if they weren't included, I guess I wouldn't be able to no-scope dudes in the snow levels. So all is forgiven, I guess. Another feature of this game that I love are the explosions. In fact, I'm pretty sure the developers liked it too, because if it exists in GoldenEye, there's a good chance it explodes. In fact, I'm sure this game could be prescribed for stress relief. So let's find out. Have you had a hard day at work and just want to relax? Why not try blowing shit up in GoldenEye 64? Blowing shit up in GoldenEye 64 allows you to blow up crates with your assault rifle. Take out those pesky filing cabinets once and for all. Oh, and we can't forget about those desk lamps and round replaced cardboard boxes now, can we? And why not chairs? Because if you can't sit here, nobody can. Blowing shit up in GoldenEye 64. Buy it today. And if you want nothing more than to run about your own Michael Bay motion picture hell-bent on destruction and chaos like some sort of bloodthirsty, demonic headless chicken, then you're in luck. GoldenEye is jam-packed full of awesome weapons, such as the Shooty McSplodey, the Throwy McSplodey, and my personal favourite, the Drivey McShooty McThrowy McSplodey. But if Super Spy Silence is more your style, unfortunately the game is lacking in stealth weapons. You have the standard silence pistol, throwing knives and sniper, and that's kind of it. The game doesn't always reward you for covert stealth, so unfortunately that leaves me with a bit of a sour taste in my mouth, especially when my favourite parts of more recent first-person shooters are the stealth missions. And this especially becomes a problem during the missions which include this woman, Natalia. Fucking Natalia! With few stealth options, popping off a bullet from a non-silenced weapon is a surefire way to alert all the guards to your position and get you both killed. What doesn't help is the game's dated AI, meaning Natalia doesn't know her ass from her elbow. And that wouldn't be such a problem if the missions that required you to protect her weren't such a fucking ball ache. Firing at a group of enemies? No worries, here comes Natalia to deflect the bullets using her own face! Fucking why? At least in the jungle missions she was given a gun so she can actually protect herself, so that even if she is completely in the wrong place, she isn't totally fucked. So why couldn't she have a gun in the other missions to start off with? Or at least pick up a gun like I do. Or a stick, you know, fucking anything. Something, anything at all, Natalia. My god, you're as useless as a clown at a funeral! But unfortunately, that's not the only issue with this game's dated AI. Most enemies in the game offer a very wide variety of threat, with the game's precise hit detection and enemy health system, which, fuck it, I don't know how it works. It becomes hard to tell whether it's safe to trust an enemy's dying animation after shooting them. The guards throw grenades at what seem like random times, and you can literally stare at some of the guards in the eye without them seeing you. But the weirdest thing is, the enemies seem to switch from stupid to hyper-intelligent, then back to stupid, all within the space of a few seconds. It really is quite astounding. I mean, this guy literally just sidestepped a bullet, and this dude ducked under one. When did this game become the bloody Matrix? But when that switch from hyper-intelligent to thick happens, your reaction is something like this. However, this could be considered a positive, because if you fuck up and die, there's nobody else to blame but yourself. You're forced to get better and improve your skill at the game in order to progress in the story, and I guess you could call that good game design. So how has GoldenEye aged, you ask? One could say it's aged horribly, as first-person shooters on a whole don't usually age very well. Going from the most recent Battlefield or Call of Duty with its ultra-graphic settings and silky smooth FPS, to GoldenEye with its clunky aiming mechanics and clunky FPS and clunky everything, is like taking a huge step back in gaming quality and innovation. But that definitely doesn't stop Goldeneye from being extremely fun and replayable. In fact, I still much prefer sitting around the N64 with a group of my mates than playing online multiplayer on Call of Duty or Battlefield. It has a feeling of fun and inclusion about it which I feel a lot of first-person shooters nowadays have abandoned from their competitive online multiplayer. So is GoldenEye 64 still as jaw-droppingly revolutionary as when it first came out? No, of course it's not. It's just a bit too old to have the same effect on me now as it did back then. But is it an extremely fun gaming experience which you should all try out? Yeah, it's pretty goddamn fun and I recommend you all to go and play it if you haven't played it before. I've been Jimmajabba, you've been awesome, thank you for watching the very first episode of Nostalgia Trip, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out! Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching and hopefully enjoying the first episode of Nostalgia Trip. New episode coming soon! Hopefully, but I'm not going to tell you which game I'm playing. That's why I blurred out the footage over there. If you did enjoy this video, why not subscribe? You know, that way you'll get to see more stuff about video games. And hey, if you really want to help me out, you can hit that little like button and drop a comment down below telling me how I did. And finally, if you want to get updates on new videos and other stuff, why not follow me on Facebook and Twitter? Links are in the description below. Once again, I've been Jimmajabba, you've been awesome, and I'll see you next time. Peace out!